All right, the last video I left off and said I was going to press on the rear sight and get the dust cover and everything set, but nope. And you may notice there's little marks on the barrel here. I decided to take this up to work and clamp in a lathe and a 3-jaw. That way I could get a good, hold onto it. And I put a mark here just with a marker to see if it would tighten or if I could time it a little more, get a little more torque on it. Well, it didn't budge at all. It just kind of spun, which is why these marks are on here. So it's pretty freaking tight. How tight, I don't know for what the exact torque spec is, but it's tight. So I did come in and used an electro etch pencil to put in here. Then I decided to ding it with a spring-loaded punch. Something to put little marks on there. Keep an eye on it. But since I'm not going to put the rear sight block on yet, I'm pretty sure it's tight, I decided I'm going to go ahead and cut the extractor relief in here and clean all of this parkerizing or whatever. I believe it's parkerizing. Clean all of this off, and then I guess I'll just cold blue it. I'll call it warm bluing because I'm going to warm everything up. But hoping that's not a professional job, but I'm not looking to redo everything. I want to keep as I bump the camera, I want to keep the patina from the original parts, because this piece here is original. You can see how it's wore, but everything is blued on the original kit. So that hopefully will get me close to where it's not quite as obvious, that things are brand new. We'll clean things up and get all this finish off. All I'm going to do is the outside here, a little bit of top, all the outside parts. I'm not going to worry about the inside. I'm not going to sandblast it or nothing. I'm just going to use the little Scotch-Brite pad on there like I did here. Just go down, kind of slick it up a little bit and do it. Hopefully that will be okay. Well, if not, well, then I'll decide what I'm going to do to fix it. But that's the route I'm going to take right now, is cut the extractor relief or notch or whatever, and then try to match the patina at least. So let's see what we get. not deep enough to soak the whole thing. Only soak a little bit of it. So, see how bad I can screw things up here. Deep enough to get the whole barrel. May seem a little dumb, but I've had luck with smaller parts just soaking them in bluing solution, almost like you're parkerizing it. I'm not saying it's going to work here, but well, I don't have enough cold blue to totally submerge it, so I'm going to do this weird thing, which is getting a ton of eye rolls, I'm sure. But sometimes it works with the small parts. Let it soak good enough. It gets pretty black. It really jacks up your solution though. Which is why, I'll show you the bottom of it here. It looks all pinky and stuff from the rust, all the metal and mixed in with it. It's contaminated. Hopefully that'll be enough. See, the top of the barrel's not doing good. This end down here looks pretty good. Alright, I'll see if I can get the barrel in there. This part just won't stay submerged. It'll get darker once you put some oil on it and let it soak for a little bit. But it will try to wipe off on you. Well, this may be a complete bust. It's a learning experience. I'm screwing up so you don't have to. You probably wouldn't have been dumb enough to try this, but oh well. I'm gonna call myself a garage goober. It's not like it's got to be perfect because, well, the parts aren't actually perfect. You know, their finish is kind of wore off on them. So, anywho, I'll keep splashing this around and see what we get. All right, you saw what I did. It may seem kind of stupid, but there is kind of a saying here. You can see my shirt. Anyway, I'll show you how it turned out. I soaked it in LPS and it's been sitting for just over a week. You can see it's still wet. You touch it and it didn't take right there. It's a little blemish. It's got a few little spots on it here and there. The barrel took real good. It's pretty. I got to wipe it down. And I learned a while back that when you soak it in blue or oxbow blue like that, and then you pick it up immediately, if you wipe it down and try to wipe the solution off of it, the black will come off too. A few times I've just let it sit, you know, with LPS on it and soak for about a week, and then it doesn't wipe off. Some of this will still wipe off regardless. I go in here and start smearing a bunch of this stuff. See, the black comes off a little bit. And I'll have to You can see it just, yeah, it gets really black. See, it comes off on your finger a little bit. So I'll have to wipe it down. It doesn't do too bad for doing like that. I know it's kind of an eye roll just looking at that. What the heck are you doing? But it worked for small parts. So why not try it on a big part like this? Like I said, I've done a receiver before, sheet metal receiver. So let me get this thing wiped down and see what it looks like. See how much of it actually comes off. Still leaves it some patina. It comes off real good right there. Well, I've never gotten one this dark just by doing it following the instructions. Dude, it seems stupid, but boy, it sure worked. And look at the, I'll do it here in a minute. You can see the patina too. You can see where it didn't take real good. It's not quite as dark. Of course, that's where I ground on it, so apparently I didn't get any solution up there at all. But, to be honest with you, I'd like for it to be a little more blemished. That way it would match the parts a little better. The barrel looks really good because, well, to you it may not look good because it's not perfect and pristine, but I'm not going for that. So this method actually works for the look I'm going for pretty decently. If some of you still may not like it, I don't care. This is my project, my tinkering. I'm happy with it. You don't know until you try, so. I didn't clean up anything on the inside. The inside is I left alone. I did the tops here, just the bottom. Yeah, I'm happy with the outcome. I wish the sides were more like this, to be honest with you. You see the back right here is, I'm guessing that's showing up on camera, I don't know. Yeah, it's looking more blemished. Kind of wish it was that way on the sides. So typically cold bluing doesn't last nowhere obviously as long as a professional hot blue. But this, I don't know, just gonna have to wait and see. I'm just going to take a guess, and I'm going to assume that this will at least last longer than the standard cold blue. You know, following the directions, doing it correctly. I don't see it holding up as long as traditional hot blue, obviously, but I think it's going to be pretty good the way it is. I'm happy with it. So now that we've done that, it's time to start pressing parts on. Oh, looks a little crappy. Oh well.